What's up, YouTube? So, Michael Zaccano from Canada, you're getting your wands back. Chilling like a rock star villain. Spit on some sports drink. So, one of my fans texted me this video. He says, and I quote, "Hey, King Cobra JFS, big fan of your videos, man. Have you heard of the Battle of Y Spa, spelled W-I? Like, no, what is it?" I watched the video and I was just like, I was mortified and disgusted. In fact, no one is doing anything to take action. It's just, you know what I'm saying, YouTube? It's frustrating. There wasn't enough alcohol in the world to consume to deal with that bullshit, I tell you what. And honestly, that's just the kind of crap that gives trans people a bad name. And that's kind of bullshit. I'm just...
When it comes to moral degradation and its global epicenter, the degenerate trash city of Los Angeles, nothing surprises me anymore. But this We Spa farce has plumbed new depths of debasement. A video that went viral on Twitter showed a customer at We Spa complaining about a man exposing his genitals to women and little girls in the female area of the spa.
Nope. So at this spa in Los Angeles, people suck. I need a beer. You know, because the dude's trans, supposedly, he gets away with it. They don't persecute him or put him on the offendery list. How fucking disgusting, dude. The video's only like 5 minutes and 50 seconds long, so if I'm so repulsed by this whole fucking story. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. This is the kind of crap that just makes it harder for people who are in the same community, so to speak. What I mean by that is trans people. This is just going to make it that much harder for them. They already get enough crap as it is.
The staff at We Spa responded by defending the individual's right to do this, claiming it was an expression of his sexual orientation.
Are you fucking kidding me? So this dude's walking around flashing his junk to little girls and women at a spa in Los Angeles, and he gets away with it because he's not only trans, but it's also an expression of his sexual orientation. That's dumb. It makes no goddamn sense. What the fuck are these people smoking? And it blows my mind how disgustingly sick and fucked off our society is, YouTube. I don't even need alcohol to say it. That's just the cold fucking truth. Holy shit. And it just gets worse from here.
Yeah, really. Then the CEO of a trans lobby group who was interviewed by CBS Los Angeles said the woman who complained was, quote, horrible and had practiced, quote, violence against the individual who had flashed his genitals. And it's highly likely.
Well, see, I'd be a little violent towards that asshole too, you know. And this creep's just walking around the spa flashing his shit to to underage. That's pretty fucking disgusting, dude. What the fuck is wrong with people, dude? Like, this is what happens when you allow people to go transracial and which I think this is a lot worse.
Likely that the same individual was the subject of a 2018 complaint from a different woman who wrote about a naked man in the female shower section bragging about how many women he'd slept with.
Yeah, that just screams sleazeball of the year, man. Look, if you want to be trans and you want to shower with women, all that shit, whatever the fuck, you weird. Okay. You should have your dick removed and you already have the fucking surgery so that you actually have the vagina instead. Because that's just, yeah. And no one's impressed by that shit either. Dude just walks into the shower, starts showering with women, really inappropriate, and then sitting there bragging about how much pussy he's getting. That's just, wow, dude. No. Just wow, YouTube. I'm shocked. I'm literally freaking flabbergasted. Holy shit, YouTube. Why?
Los Angeles magazine then highlighted a report from another spa in the city where a similar incident occurred. A rep for Century Day and Night Spa on Olympic Boulevard recalls a similar situation just weeks before the pandemic shut them down in spring 2020, in which a trans woman with everything reflected female on her driver's license caused an uproar among cisgender female clients by exposing male genitals in the female pools and lockers. She wouldn't really use the spas. She just sat at the corner of the pool with her feet in the water and her legs spread, or took front-facing showers, the rep recalls. People began to feel uncomfortable. It became very disruptive. When the spa finally confronted her, she was adamant that the spa should attempt to normalize young girls and women viewing male genitalia. And today,
we're not going to normalize that. Fuck off. YouTube, I am so sick and tired of this bullshit. You want to be transgender? Fine. That's your choice. But, dude, claiming to be transgender just so you can be a creep and do this shit when there are real people who struggle with this crap is ridiculous. Now, I'm not a part of, you know what I'm saying? I'm a goth bad boy, but that's beside the point. Like, Jesus freaking Christ, YouTube. No. A woman has spoken out over her own uncomfortable experience with the transgendered woman at the Los Angeles spa, where violent protests broke out over a separate incident on Saturday. The dude's just getting into a tub naked, and there are people there with their children, and the dude's just doing it and getting in there with the hot tub like that. No. Nope. This video is on the Paul Joseph Watson channel.
We learned about another incident at WY Spa that occurred in January 2020, where a person with a beard and a penis got into a hot tub naked with a woman's 6-year-old daughter. So to be clear, these individuals aren't just trans people minding their own business. They're perverts in the women's section, openly provoking people and deliberately exposing themselves to kids and getting away with it by hiding behind the false claim of trans identity. So dangerous bigots who oppose the idea of children being exposed to male genitalia responded by organizing a protest outside WY Spa on Saturday. And
so naturally, people are protesting outside of WY Spa because that's some fucked up shit. Because these dudes are exposing themselves to kids in the spa. It's super inappropriate shit. Super fucking disgusting. And it's like, the frick, YouTube. It's the stupidity of it all. You know, the stupidity of it all.
guess who showed up to counter-protest? Antifa. Of course it was Antifa. Because apparently, anti-fascism now includes the open endorsement of the right of suspected nonces to show their meat and veg to kids. What kind of demented idiot would think it would be good optics to show up and counter-protest and violently attack people who want to protect kids from...
No shit. Freaking right. Instead of being like, oh, hey, these people are protesting for the protection of kids, maybe we shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck counter-protests that? Jesus freaking Christ is a C-bomb. This is in Los Angeles? Yikes, dude. Get the shit together, man. Fucking bollocks, dude.
perverts.
I'm getting the word. Nonce.
Remember back in 2017 when Antifa members were photographed carrying a sign that said, "No pedo bashing"? Remember how the media claimed it was all staged? Oh, Antifa would never support pedophilia. Really? You might want to reassess that claim after what happened on Saturday. People who showed up to assert that kids shouldn't be exposed to testicles were viciously attacked by Antifa thugs. The mob surrounded and hit a woman with a skateboard. A street preacher was thrown to the ground and beaten. Another Christian preacher had his face split open. Another woman had her arm cut open with a knife. The mob assaulted...
Oh, that's the truth. Hashtag cancel culture, the Antifa mob. Shit, man. That is disgusting. Jesus freaking Christ is a C-bomb. This is ridiculous. You would just sit back and watch how stupid everything's getting and going, why? The fact that there are people violently protesting against people who are protesting for a good cause. Jesus freaking Christ. I'm fucking shocked. I'm beyond disgusted, YouTube. Someone texted me this video, like, you hear about this crap? And I was like, no, what? Looked it up on the computer, on YouTube, and it was like, are you fucking kidding? This is so gross. YouTube, I'm at a loss for freaking words.
The videographer. Another video journalist was assaulted with a club. A Hispanic couple were surrounded and had their signs ripped away. When a Latino man defended himself against the mob, police arrested him. They also tried to attack an Asian man wearing a rooftop Korean t-shirt. Others were also harassed and hounded by the mob. And again, for what? Protecting the right of children not to be exposed in public to male genitalia. It's no surprise to me that Antifa has firmly planted its flag in Camp Nonce. We've highlighted innumerable examples where prominent Antifa activists have turned out to be pedos and sex offenders. Their movement is just so righteously virtuous and morally upstanding, it just tends to attract those kind of people. They also previously attacked an anti-pedophilia event in Ireland.
Who the fuck attacks an anti-sicko event? It says they can sleep better at night. What the fuck, dude? I'm over this shit.
Are we the baddies?
And let's not forget, the media is so beholden to defending Antifa and apologizing for their rampant violent criminality that they go so far as to claim that the entire movement doesn't exist. Remember, this is the same media that puts Antifa on a par with the Allied troops who stormed Normandy, running towards machine gun fire over mine-riddled beaches to fight Hitler's fascist war machine, versus beating up a bunch of people who don't want their little girls to see some bloke schlong in the shower. Yeah, one of these things is not like the others. Let it forever be recorded in history that Antifa supports the right of biological males to show their genitalia to children. That's what they stand for. That's who they are. So when it comes to a historical judgment on who was on the right side of history, I'm fairly confident in asserting that it won't be them.
You ever stop and think, is the world going to shit, or am I just imagining things? Fucking hate sickos, dude. Jesus Christ, is a cunt. That was just, ugh. And who's the owner of that spa? Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah. Fuck Jeffrey Epstein. Like, fuck's sake. Nat Boyle and Corey Spracken. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Yep. No, I'm sick of it, YouTube. The world is ever increasingly more fucked up than it used to be. No, it's ridiculous because you got people out there who are literally trying to make that sick shit become like a sexuality, and we're not doing that. No. That's gross. It's fucking disgusting, dude. Like, ugh. It's flabbergasting. So you watch a different video to take your mind off of it. That's all you can do. Like, ugh.
What's up, everybody? It's Enes here. Welcome to another episode. This week, we're in the mountains of Evergreen, Colorado, and about to tour this incredible modern-day chateau right behind me. This house was built in 2015, and it was inspired by the Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina, which is one of the most iconic properties in the world. House has a ton of architectural details and looks towards the amazing views of the mountains here in Evergreen, Colorado. Now, specs on this home: we got 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 21,692 square feet of interior space, built on a 35.01 acre lot, and this property is currently on the market for $11 million.
I mean, Anxiety Wars is a kick-ass fucking YouTuber, and the dude's getting, you know what I'm saying, charged with fucking cyberbullying. The sickos.
$999,000. As always, we will leave more information about the property down in the description. And before we start our tour, I want to thank all the listing agents.
So that's how much it cost. Damn. Yo, fam, you gotta check out this house. That's insane. Even if you're tuning in to dislike the video, thank you for your support and watching the video. Yes.
For allowing us to tour the amazing listing and share it with all of you. And now, let's begin our tour.
Well, drink combo always sounds good, but I don't need one. I'm disgusted by all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, what the fuck is wrong with people? That's gonna make it harder for the trans community to do their thing because the sickos doing stupid shit like that. That is cherry, my dude. Dude, that place looks expensive, man. Holy shit.
I've been through a lot of mental challenges, which I was able to overcome through professional counseling. I was blessed to be able to get professional counseling, but this was something that wasn't always available for everyone. Now with BetterHelp, professional counseling is accessible and 15,000 plus audience if you go of Evergreen, Colorado. And from the street level, we have this covered entry that leads us to the motor court. But before we go there, this door on my right-hand side opens up to the 2-car garage on this wing. And this door on my left-hand side opens up to a really nice wine cellar. Now, as we continue, we go straight into this amazing motor court, and we have the house right in front of us. Before we cover this section, I want to turn to this side where we can see the hillside and how they carved out this mountain in order to place this motor court. This is incredible. It's kind of a cool backdrop to look at. And as we face towards the home, we have 2-car garages on the left, 2-car garages on the right, all opening up to this amazing circular motor court. And now let's talk about the house itself. It's a beautiful, timeless design that looks like a chateau or a modern day castle. And I mentioned it earlier, it was built in 2015. So although it has this timeless classical look, it's actually very modern and up to date on the inside. Looks towards the amazing views. I really like this limestone exterior clad, which was brought from Austin, Texas. I know this hits the home for Mikey and myself. We used to live in Texas.
That's right.
And it's just a ton of details with these dormers. And I love those carved statues right underneath those dormers, which looks really unique. I mean, look at all the intricate detailings with the columns, ionic details. This is stunning. We have this steep roof line, again, giving that more of the castle or a chateau look. I can keep talking about the exterior. I mean, look at the proportions where everything is so symmetrical with these windows, dormers, kickouts, columns. This is incredible. I feel like I'm walking into a fairy tale here. This is so unique and different.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this home is just extremely solid. You can tell this is just really, really well built.
Yeah, with these real limestone clad on the exterior. The whole thing is a steel structure with concrete floors. This is definitely a solid home.
Let's go inside.
All right, let's check it out. All right, everyone, here we are at the entry. We got beautiful marble floors here with the inlay design and two hallways that takes you to each wing of this home. As we continue, this door opens up to a really nice powder room for this level. And here we are at the grand entry, 2-story ceilings with this gorgeous chandelier above, ton of architectural details, which we're going to talk about in a bit. And before we talk about the interior spaces, this is a bit unconventional, but I want to take everybody to outside because this property gets some of the best views that we've ever seen on this channel. And I know I say that quite
This house is in Colorado, man. That's crazy.
often, but look at this. It's so quiet. Look at all these treetops, these mountain views. We have Mount Evans on the back, which still has some snow on it. Looks incredible. I really appreciate the color variations, the differences in height on this backdrop. That looks incredible. It's a great view.
Yeah, it's really nice. And although it looks like we're really kind of secluded out in the middle of nowhere, like it's like a national park or something, we're only like about 40 minutes from Denver.
From heart of Denver.
From the heart of Denver. So this morning it took us about 40, 45 minutes to get here.
It's amazing. And you can just kind of have this seclusion and this kind of privacy, and you can be that close to the city, which is amazing. Now we're out here. This is a wraparound balcony that picks up the office on the other side, which will turn a bit. And I really appreciate this limestone exterior clad that they have. They brought it from Austin, Texas.
I would have had a beer tonight, but I'm saving that money instead of getting beer so I can get the wands that get returned to sender shipped out to the customer's new address, and then getting some sanding discs and collecting some wand wood.
Texas. Looks really great. We can kind of have a closer look here. Now, let's step back inside and continue our tour. We're back again at the grand entry and going through this way.
I was eating because I was stressed out, candy bars and chips and donuts, gaining weight. But since I started Noom,
We have the formal living room and formal dining room. Let's start with the formal dining room. Beautiful table that sits 10 people, 2-story ceilings here. You can actually kind of see the staircase or the walkway on the second floor from here. I really appreciate these Corinthian columns that kind of give a ton of character to the interior of the home, matching the exterior a little bit. And as we go this way, we have the formal living room area or the seating area, beautiful L-shaped couch setup, these massive, massive windows from floor to ceiling, looking towards those amazing views that we pointed out right at the balcony. This is amazing. And I really appreciate that they put these.
Could you imagine the property tax on that?
Small awning windows on the bottom if you want to get some fresh air while keeping the picture windows on top. We have this amazing ceiling treatment here that kind of complements the space. I really like the lighting they did all around it. Let's see, on this side, we have a French door opening up to the same balcony that we showed it to you guys earlier, and this massive gas fireplace as big as myself, complementing this room with a TV above. And again, same limestone details were also brought into the interiors with this gorgeous stone cladding that we have around the gas fireplace.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I love this room and the huge windows. It's June right now, but I could really imagine sitting in here in the middle of the winter and having the fire going, it's snowing outside, it just being like one of the most relaxing places ever.
Without a doubt. I can see that as well. A couple more things I want to mention here before we kind of leave this section and talk about the kitchen. Number one, we have another French door opening up to an outdoor balcony on this level, which is right here. Again, gets amazing views. And the ceiling heights here are quite impressive. I love these barrel designs that they have throughout. These are certainly not easy details to pull off, and we're going to see them pretty much throughout the property. Now, Micah, let's come to this section right here and start talking about the kitchen. Kitchen kind of has two sections. We kind of have a bar area, kind of a prep area between the formal living room and the main kitchen. We got a beautiful steel farmhouse thing here, looking towards the amazing views, thanks to this picture frame right here, seeing the balcony and the views. Two-tone cabinetry, trash compactor, dishwasher, and we got the island on this side with the bar seating, darker tones. Let's see, paneled in, small fridge, your microwave setup. And Mikey, can we point up to the ceiling for a second? Look at this barrel ceiling design here with the brick finish, LED.
Yeah, that video was nuts, dude. Yeah, when the fan sends that text message, did you hear about this? I was like, no. Video was posted about 6 hours ago when I first viewed it. And I was just in shock. Like, all you can do is just wait patiently for the right one to come along. And fuck sickos, dude. It's the truth. Like, people are fucked in the head, you two. And anyone who insists and says you need to get laid, they need to get laid more than they're saying it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying it. Think about it. They're projecting their insecurities onto someone else. Teaching white kids to hate themselves to fight racism. What? God damn it, Sydney Watson. I'm not mad at her. I'm just saying, like, the shit we do in our society, like, nah.
If I've said it once, I've said it probably 50 other times. I hate it here.
Yes. After watching that first video, I know exactly how you feel. Yes.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. And it wouldn't be the Thunderdome unless I was telling you that this video is sponsored by Ground News. So of late, we've been hearing a lot about critical race theory. So much so that there are people who have entirely dedicated all of their time to keeping it out of schools, attempting to have it banned, and so on. At the same time, I've seen plenty of blue check marks on Twitter argue that nobody can even define critical race theory. So how can we push back against something that nobody can even pin down? And let me tell you, don't ask me. I'm always confused. But because many of these concepts and ideas are quite flim-flammy and very difficult to wrap your head around, I thought it might be worth taking a look at what critical race theory actually looks like in practice in classrooms. Because I don't know about you guys, but creating victim groups, making white people the enemy, and so on, I don't like it. And I'm almost entirely sure that all of you are going to hate what you're about to watch. But before I make you cry inside, let's hear from our sponsor, Ground News. Do you consider yourself an
Well, here's the thing. I don't need alcohol to tell it like it is. YouTube, it's the truth. Okay? Okay. Fuck racism in all forms. Like, most of the people they're targeting were not even born when racism was really bad. And at its core, it's still a problem. And what's going to happen when whites grow up for the next 50 plus years of self-hate and everything's their fault? You're going to see a reverse in this shit. And that's why can't we just all get along? It's okay to teach whites to check their privilege and shit 1000%, yes. But at the same time, this is... Sydney Watson, see what she's up to.
an intelligent person who likes to keep up with news and current events? I do. Yes, I do. But this can be hard. Every time you turn around, it feels like you're running into biased news sources. It's true. It's annoying. I'm not a fan. And biased news sources mean that you're probably not getting the full picture. And without the full picture, you might as well be a bag of sugar. And this is why Ground News is so important. It's the world's first news comparison platform that allows readers to see how a story is being covered by the right, the left, and the center, giving you the tools to develop a holistic picture of news and current events. What's really neat is that Ground News doesn't use any algorithms to deliver you specific stories. If anything, it helps you get away from your normal media bubble with tools like Blindspot, which shows you stories that are exclusively covered by the left or right. So if you're tired of being misled and confused and lied to and a bag of sugar, then click the link in the description and download the Ground News app for free. Do this, and somewhere, somehow, a journalist will grow a new brain cell. The concept of critical race theory seemed to come into public view towards the end of the Trump administration. In mid to late 2020, the administration announced that it would prohibit federal agencies from subjecting government employees to critical race theory or white privilege seminars. This came on the back of books like White Fragility, whose author, coincidentally, made this flyer for the National Museum of African American History and Culture. According to this, white people have ingrained a good work ethic and following a rigid time schedule into society, also being polite. And apparently we like steak and potatoes because bland is best. What? I thought we liked mayonnaise.
Using mayonnaise in a lot of their recipes.
This sort of teaching is probably why so many overweight people claim that thinness is a white beauty standard and is inherently racist. A claim that I've seen.
You cannot make this shit up. They're now going on to say, what? The assumption that I've seen mixed races of different ways. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, ay caramba, YouTube. This is so irritating. Because now apparently being fat is racist. I'm all for limiting racism and sexism and power of the people and all that good shit, but and abuse for that matter. Fuck abuse. What up, King Cobra JFS fam? We're doing some video responses. Yay. The first one was only like 5 minutes long, so it's like, okay. Let's do another one. And look, Sydney Watson posted a video about how people are being taught to hate the color of their skin at a very young age because their ancestors were extremely racist towards someone else's ancestors. The racist origins of fat phobia. Jeez. Because that's the thing, people are, saying, that's so dumb, YouTube.
Time and time again, particularly on TikTok, which I feel like is the death of brain cells.
I think what's most scary is comments like these because people don't realize that fat phobia is rooted in racism and more specifically anti-Blackness. And what happens if you don't meet the standard of beauty? You will face systemic oppression.
Let me assure you, this is not a beauty standard. This is a not dying from heart disease standard. What would I know? All in all, if you're looking for a more concrete definition of critical race theory, according to CNN, because we have to look to our leftist overlords to define their nonsense, critical race theory recognizes that systemic racism is part of American society and challenges the beliefs that allow it to flourish. Critical race theory is a practice.
Well, it's the truth. Systematic racism is a problem in our society. The system systematically targets women, men, and races in different ways. And now it just happens to be the white male's turn. Although it's not as bad as it could be. So that's why I don't complain about it. Like, it's the truth, YouTube. Like, the worst you have to complain about is everyone assumes all whites are racist, and you know what I'm saying? They don't really have no right to complain. Yeah, it's a bullshit stereotype, but what do you do? Try to educate folks on being a little bit less racist. The only way we're going to stop racism and sexism and systematic bullshit is to work together as a society. We'll work together as a society to end this systematic bullshit.
An approach to grappling with a history of white supremacy that rejects the belief that what's in the past is in the past, and that the laws and systems that grow from the past are detached from it. That sentence was flim-flam, but I don't really know what else I expected. When it comes to the discussion of race in classrooms, it appears that some state school curriculums go out of their way to highlight this kind of doctrine. That is, that white students, or white people, have some innate inbuilt privileges that other students don't have, or that non-whites are inherent.
Yeah, no one's going to argue with that there are some students who are more privileged than others. It's just how it is. And sometimes race has nothing to do with it. There are plenty of people who grow up in rougher sides of town regardless of skin tone. There are people who grow up with equal opportunity. To some degree, it is equal because everyone gets fucked with. Everyone's got problems with their race that make their race look bad, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's dumb. It's fucking dumb, YouTube.
Currently held back. At the same time, plenty of teachers proudly display the things that they teach their students. Some even saying they'll find a way to teach about race even if there isn't an opportunity there. Let's take this example where this teacher answers how he would continue to teach critical race theory if it was ever banned in classrooms.
I would make sure that there were lots of works by people of color in the curriculum that I was teaching. I would make sure that we were having conversations about the situations those people of color find themselves in and how things ended up that way. And I would make sure that we would acknowledge that things aren't happening one person at a time, but there is, you know what I'm saying, that going on. Yeah, absolutely what I would do, but you know, I won't.
Stop.
Giving students the knowledge that systemic racism exists, well, that is the first step toward healing, which this country desperately needs. Please, Florida, let the teachers do their jobs.
I love this. A person who probably spends a lot of their time on the internet calling people who disagree with them bigots is saying that America needs to heal.
Humanity was a mistake. Let's just get real here.
Also, I don't know if this is just a Sydney thing, but I always feel like teachers, or at least these kind of teachers, have this weird savior complex that literally nobody asked for. Like, no one asked you to take up this mantle, my dude. This is just, stop. I don't know. I guess I'm just of the opinion that we shouldn't let government or teachers make decisions that parents could make themselves. This isn't hard. Stay away from molding and shaping my pudding person's brain. That's my job. Then there's this woman who says that if a student repeats something from their father or grandfather that smacks of white supremacy, which, I don't know, guys, at this point to these people could literally be anything. She says that's an opportunity to continue anti-racist teaching.
First of all, if what, especially grandpa or dad, said smacks of white supremacy or other prejudices or stereotypes, that's a very important opportunity for some work on anti-racism. And some education on diversity training, even at the 7th grade level, I think.
These are definitely the people who would send us to the gulag. There are plenty of TikToks from teachers showing books they show their students. This one is an anti-racist picture book about whiteness that I probably can't show you because copyrighted music. We're talking about teachers who think Band-Aids are racist.
White privilege. Whose flesh tone is this?
We reached the pinnacle of stupid. There are teachers who think Band-Aids are racist because it's supposed to be skin toned. Because it's like a little white patch. Here they go again with that race baiting bullshit. I'm so sick of it. Fucking race baiting. Ugh. They're great. They got sick fucks exploiting themselves, people of a certain inappropriate age, and getting away with it because they're trans and it's Los Angeles. Some people are going to protest and riot for that justice to be served, and then a bunch of other people show up to protest that protest. It's like, Jesus Christ. And then you got people who are trying to race bait every fucking goddamn thing we do in our fucking country. You can't cook food from other nationalities because that's racist. No, you're not preserving their culture and trying their cuisine. No, you're being racist. Or if it's white, it must be racist. No, it's the truth. Like, you're gonna get pissed at me for saying this, but Barack Obama got a white dog. Nobody said shit. But as soon as Trump and his family got a white dog, everyone was just going off about what a racist he was, and how his dog was racist. And I'm just like, what? And yes, systematic racism is in play. It's the truth. The racism exists in all races, and it's sad. Don't judge anyone based off but one thing, how they treat others. And the reason why they don't want systematic racism being taught in schools is because it's the system in place that makes you feel uncomfortable and says, no. Like, fuck white supremacy and all that bullshit. It's just this.
Racism! And then, I guess, not surprising to anyone, we end up with woke kindergarten, which coincidentally I found through these anti-racist teacher TikToks. So there's that. On their Facebook page, it says, woke kindergarten is a global abolitionist early learning community. All power to the little people. This page is anti-racist, pro-black, and liberatory. Abolish the police. All Black Lives Matter. What a kindergartner needs to know about abolishing the police and capitalism? I don't mean to sound dramatic.
And I don't mean to sound like that guy, but you can't just abolish the police. There needs to be some law enforcement involved. And not every cop is like those assholes that did that thing to George Floyd now. And, you know, a lot of the cops get treated like shit, and it's bullshit. And that's horse crap. Yeah, I was swatted at my old place, and that could have gone 1,000 times worse than it did. Just saying. And once again, assholes ruin it for everyone, to be honest.
But it is imperative that someone sends help. It looks like the main teacher, who literally used to teach kindergarten, is on the pronoun bandwagon. So that's fun. Again, not surprising to any of you, and sadly, many of these examples are fairly run-of-the-mill by today's standards. They're nothing that we haven't seen before.
Critical race theory is not teaching our white children that they are bad or racist. No, critical race theory is literally unwhitewashing our curriculum. It's teaching the history of this country, warts and all.
But what worries me more than TikTok teachers patting themselves on the back are the teachers conducting online seminars or participating in more official school videos that promote anti-white ideology. This teacher had his class line up and participate in a privilege walk. He asked them a series of questions about their privilege status and has them step forward or back depending on the answer.
If you or your family ever inherited money or property, take a step forward.
Of course.
Money or property, take a step forward. If you come from a supportive family environment, take a step forward. If you were ever uncomfortable about a joke or statement you overheard related to your race, ethnicity, gender, appearance, or sexual orientation, but felt unsafe to confront the situation, take a step backwards. If you're ever uncomfortable about a joke,
the lads over at Myth Informed, who are actually friends of mine, and they're really nice people, so if you are interested in what they're doing, I recommend going and chucking them a follow, have been exposing racist teaching practices for a little while. They've posted countless videos and watched hours and hours of online seminars, and I know this because they told me this, from teachers and children discussing critical race theory. So most of the videos we're going to look at, I stole from them. This video from actually way back in 2012 discusses how kids are put into groups based on race and how they teach white students to be good allies to non-white students. What? So I don't actually know if I can show you the faces of the children in this video because they are actually quite young and YouTube might freak out, who knows? So I will probably just use the audio and link the video in the description if you want to see it yourself.
It's okay not to go to them. And it's also fun to go to them because if you go to them, you can see other people from the same race. And if you don't go to them, you can see the people that go to the same race, that have the same race as you.
So I think it is really important in CFS to have affinity groups because it makes people who were not treated equally at some point in history, recent history, and makes them feel welcome, and it makes them feel like they have a place, and they can feel like they can be with other people of their own race, and just it makes them feel really good about themselves. And whenever I'm not part of any opinion group, but when I see them come back, they always look so happy.
This woman teaches her students about anti-racist theory. This teacher specifically teaches her students that the dominant culture is basically white people judging non-whites because of the color of their skin.
I want to help break down the idea that race is a scientific concept and coax out this idea that race has been constructed, and it has been constructed to keep one group in power over other people.
That's exactly how sexism works too, to be honest. It's a systematically designed to oppress people of a certain gender or a certain skin tone or a certain race. And no one's focused on the systematic aspect of it. Just like sometimes people don't want to have that discussion, so they just sweep it underneath the rug. And it's quite unfortunate.
What is the dominant culture? What does the dominant culture do?
It make people believe certain stereotypes about a certain group of people, not just blacks, but also browns or indigenous, anybody whose skin color is darker. Dominant culture for powerful people with power, and white people make other people think that black people are bad, so that's why black people don't have power. If a white person kills a black person, they call it self-defense. But if a black person kills a white person, it says murder. That's how unfair black people's life is.
What kid naturally thinks like this? I cannot handle modern society, truly. Why are we here only to suffer?
They actually knew it. They actually said everything that we were going to be learning together.
Yeah, lady, I don't think this one's too hard. Kids are like sponges. Sponges that want your approval, that will regurgitate basically anything you say to them because they want your approval. This is why child grooming is a thing and why parents need to pay closer attention to the lunatics that are with their children 8 hours a day. Okay. Pizza Hut, of all companies, sponsored a series dedicated to discussions with teachers by teachers around race.
There is no such day where you put in your plan book, we're going to have the racial consciousness event. Rather, if I'm seeking to develop the racial consciousness, the racial literacy of students, I'm talking about race all the time. So every book I pick up is an opportunity to talk about race.
Blink, my guy. Do a blink. This particular teacher deals with students that are mostly in elementary school, or as we say in Australia, primary school. And in this video, we're showing examples of what teaching in her classroom looks like. When are you aware of being white? Why do you think people sometimes struggle with talking about being white? What in the Kool-Aid drinking hell is this? I won't lie, these answers hurt my heart a little bit. I love how this one kid said in class, kind of hard to ignore skin color when it's being brought up by your teachers every waking minute of the day. Fancy that. This goes on to show a bunch of other lessons about race from this specific teacher. I especially like that this one says that racism is prejudice plus power, and that white people can't experience racism. Yes, that is what this teacher is telling kids. And you wonder why society is the way that it is. And does Make America Great Again mean Make America White? No. I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but it really seems like these leftists really pity non-white people. It's like they don't think that you can do anything for yourselves. In fact, as far as they're concerned, they're actually teaching your kids that white kids are superior, and they can't even see it. Self-awareness. Zero. I want to make the point here that unlike the TikTokers, much of the latter type of teaching in this video is approved by school boards and promoted by major companies like Pizza Hut, for example. These are teachers who are explaining to other teachers how to teach. What a sentence. Now, there are tons of other videos like this, and I'm just showing you a few from grades 1 through middle school. And of course, as most of you know, when I make my content, I do actually try to be as fair as possible and not misrepresent anyone. But honestly, this kind of teaching gets under my skin so much that I find it really difficult to be impartial. I'm sorry. It gets me full of feelings. I also plan to deep dive into this topic further because this is just the tip of the iceberg. And I do think it's really important that parents know and understand what is being taught to their children. Personally, I don't think it's appropriate to teach children from a young age that there is something wrong with being white, or that being non-white means you're a victim, that you're automatically going to be held back, or that your life will be more difficult. Encouraging people to see each other through the prism of race.
That is actually a fair point. To teach people that you're not going to be a victim. Teach people not to be a victim, and teach people that you're not going to be a victim just because of your race. The trolls really have no life. Mark, delete, ignore. Yeah, so it's funny. Go ahead and delete. No, it's the truth. We gotta stop victimizing and, you know what I'm saying? Eliminating the fucking stereotypes from our society.
Race, in my view, is so unbelievably divisive. Teaching children that structural racism underpins every single aspect of society and all of their interactions is corrosive. And creating a system of oppressor and oppressed where kids are constantly reminded which group they fit into is so beyond not okay that I can't even put it into words. But like I said, I wanted to show you all what it looks like, what these teachers are doing, and what is being forced on your kids. There is a big difference between teaching history and talking about societal issues, and teaching kids that their skin color is more important than anything else. In the end, like I said, this kind of teaching is divisive, it is corrosive, and I don't think it's okay in any way, shape, or form. Now, before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder that you can download the Ground News app for free using the link in the description, because everybody loves free stuff. Now, open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Is critical race theory actually the big issue that we think it is? Is it not problematic in the slightest? Do you
Well, I think people ought to learn about racism and how bad it is for our society. That's for sure, YouTube. I mean, shit.
think this kind of teaching is very corrosive and divisive for children? Do you think that it's...
It depends on how it's taught. Okay. If it's being taught like, oh, this side's the asshole and this side's always going to be the victim, then no.
fine for children to be exposed to these ideas? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you like the video, hit subscribe and the thumbs up button. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Just be respectful about it. And I will see you guys next time.
Well, there you go. Yeah, man, fuck racism, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not necessary. An hour long of fucking video responses. Shit. I appreciate y'all tuning into the live stream. Yes. I'll make my Patreon videos done tomorrow. Get on that. And YouTube, you just society. Fucking our society is a trip. Yes. YouTube, it's frustrating. And you can do about it. So bitch about it. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. I'm grossed out. I am. Our society is literally going too far with it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's frustrating. And of course, the people suck. I need a beer. It's a classic King Cobra shirt, yes. Check it out in the Teespring. I appreciate that. I got a shirt that says, cut the shit, I'd rather cut the cheese. The play on words. Identify as male. Cisgender male. Indeed. I guess it just means you identify as the gender you're born. You know it's a girl, yeah. I did actually get the scorpion the fan sent me. It was tasty, but it was crunchy. Hope you had an awesome 4th of July. I did. Maybe tomorrow after I get sandpaper and get those wands in the mail. We'll see. Couldn't really have fireworks because the weather was too dry. The Independence Day wrap. Maybe. Independence Day wrap, huh? Yeah, I guess we can do a wrap. I'll wrap me real quick. I'll just look them up. Independence Day wrap.
Taco John's just won the fried chicken sandwich wars with a taco. Crispy chicken tenders inside a tortilla so you can taste all the flavor. More chicken, less bread. Enough said. New fried chicken tacos, each for just $2.49. Taco John's.
I tried their breakfast burritos the other day. You get 2 for $5. They're pretty good. Either with bacon or they usually come with sausage, but yeah. Independence Day rap session. Fireworks going off and the haters talking shit about a scarf. Fly down to Colorado and hit the joint and cough.
Tilo Beats.
Yo, we're rallied our defenses for our independences. Yeah. I had a rap going and I totally no. Sometimes I can't rap that good. Sometimes it just sucks. Like some white boy trying to be. Yo. 2 lanterns in the bell tower steeple. Getting the word out to the people. The British were coming. A revolutionary war, but you already know the score. Fighting for our freedom and it's worth the fight we stayed fought. With all we got. Watching our fucking haters rot. Independence. Really our defenses. Hopping over wooden fences. Let's do that rap. That beat is sick, dude. I'm trying to think of other things that go with it, but legit, it's not coming to me. Alcohol rehab stream, that's what's up. Let's hate on rehab stream. I'm gonna go grab some water. I hate our fucked off society, and I hate sickos. It gives me anxiety. I'm not gonna lie, shit. I drank a lot yesterday, so I don't mind taking a break tonight. Even though I got like $11, 30 some odd cents in my PayPal right now. It's pretty sweet. We're fighting for the independence, we really got defenses, hopping over wooden fences. Muscle shops finally leave their guns waiting like we don't care. Powdered wig and a white coat. Coming over here from England on a boat. The Mayflower. Fuck all the haters talking shit. Fuck white power. We need to be equal in this bitch. Leave the haters dead in the ditch. 1, 2 dice, cut them up and leave them with the stitch. Fuck a shit talking motherfucker, you're nothing but a little bitch. Oh damn. Yo, Uncle Sam got you on a shit list. We get hit with his motherfucking fists. Yo, really for our defense to me. Fighting for our independence in this motherfucker. Yo, big man fluid with any means I suppose. Off the spot while I rock this chair, this microphone, and computer. I don't care. I don't talk this shit cause I'm Cobra and I'm legit when I spit. Mad venom rockin' when I'm rockin' black downs and I'm living haters to hell on a shotgun shirt and I'll feel like swell. Put them on blast, it's nothing but shit talkers from the past. Yo, I said it at last, yo, fuck mass shootings. Independence Day rap, drinking alcohol and take a nap. Light off a firework, a firecracker. Sprinklers. Watering down the grass on the lawn. Sparks flying. We'll get drunk at Independence Day and I ain't lying. Yeah. Cold brewskis and hot dogs and hamburgers, barbecue food, yo. Independence Day, my dude. Shooting out fireworks. Yeah. Summertime perks.
D-Lo beats.
That sucked. But at least I tried. If you see it's a punk rock, thanks, man. So it was a really depressing stream, to say the least. I'll get over it, but shit. State of our world is fucked off. My light bill is paid, dude. I just don't feel like having it on right now. You miss me ranting and rapping. I'm really depressed so much as I am just concerned. YouTube about where our society is heading, because it's a little disturbing. Yeah, pretty much. Society sucks. I need a beer. The samurais are pretty cool. I made films. Yeah. Not a whole lot. Truth hurts, huh? Question mark. It's quite the username. Check PayPal. Comedy routine before you go. Yeah, I could do a comedy routine. Hold on a second, YouTube. Oh shit. Another fan sent me some CBD gummies. Just want to try those. Freshly now, they're gonna be freshly opened right now. %0 THC. So hashtag boycotts the WY spa in Los Angeles. Jesus Christ. There they are. It's a bitch and a half to open. There are 250 milligrams of CBD infused into the gummy worms. Not a sponsor, but those are tasty. Yes, these CBD gummies are pretty tasty. Man, you can stick these in some vodka. One of them is all mixed CBD vodka. CBD can do shit, to be honest. CBD affects people differently. You know, CBD is legal in Wyoming, but cannabis, not so much. It sucks because the country's broke. We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. People are stressed and depressed. Yeah, these get the Cobra seal of approval, yo. Red cherry, orange, apple, and raspberry. So you get those wherever you get your CBD products. You might know to find them in the store. What's the deal with people making trans people look bad? Am I right? I mean, really? I like conjuring thunderstorms. Oops. Get some sunflower seeds. Well, it's ridiculous, YouTube. This is the kind of crap that the homophobic, transphobe, bashing assholes use to fucking make their arguments.
You're not Julius Caesar, okay?
No, I'm not. You didn't think big enough.
What?
Let's be clear about this, guys. We're not going to agree on everything, okay? But we should agree on this. If you bring a baby into a movie theater, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, I get it. Yeah, I actually fully agree.
Yep.
People trying to enjoy the movie and all I hear is, wah. Oh my God, Cowboy's putting seeds in his mouth. The seed in his mouth. Just kidding.
If your reason for doing it is that you couldn't get a babysitter, well, then you don't get to go to the movies. That's how that works. It happened to me in back-to-back movies, which statistically I did not think was possible. First movie, I'm in there 5 minutes. I'm watching the movie and I hear, wow, what? And I turn, and in the row behind me, there's a mother, a father, and a baby. Not a child, which I think is an important distinction. It's a baby. I'm like, all right, these people are insane. I'll just ignore this. Turn back, 30 seconds later. Wah! And I'm like, well, now I have to say something. Now, I'm polite. So I turn and I go, excuse me, are you stabbing your baby right now? Because it sounds like it. And the dad goes, no, I love the baby. You picture him, okay? I love him, pero no, he's my baby. And I said, well, could you? Because I'm trying to watch this movie. And the baby's ruining it. And he was like, no, no puedo. So I get up, I go to the lobby, I see the manager of the theater. I go, hey, there's a fucking baby in there being a baby right now. And the manager goes, some people suck. And he walked away. That is the best customer service line I've ever heard in my life, hands down. You can't even get mad. If you're in a restaurant, you've been waiting on your food, you're like, hey, where the fuck is my food? I've been here half an hour. And the manager's like, some people suck. You'd be like, oh yeah, some people suck. I didn't think that. My bad. Sorry about that. I left. The next day, I go back to the movies. I should point out, I saw a different movie. It was also a different baby. It's not the same family standing out front. And then they see me and they're like, oh, there he is. All right, let's go inside and ruin this for him again. This time, I am way further into the movie. I'm emotionally invested in this movie. I like the movie. And then, out of nowhere, I hear, wah. This time, I swear to you, I audibly go, nah-uh. And now, other people get involved. You know, when you can hear somebody's age in their voice? Like, I can't see.
God damn it, bug trying to fly out my nose.
Shit, it's a dark theater. I just hear a guy go, either make it quiet or get it out. That guy's 140 years old. Like, I could hear that he'd never hugged his children. I could hear it in his voice. This time, the mother of the baby goes, shut up. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, we have a situation. And then a third person goes, what are you doing?
What's the deal with rude ass people in a movie theater? You believe this shit?
Shush is passive aggressive. She said, shut up, just go straight to fuck you. Like, what are you doing? But now I wanted to be the hero and like save the movie. You know, I felt a tremendous sense of injustice. Like all these movies are being ruined by babies, but I didn't realize I was too angry in that moment to, what is it? Speak English words in a sentence. You know, when you just get like real rage, like just, dude, like you feel it, your throat dries out, and so I stood up in the theater with the best intentions, and I went, "Why is everybody not in the adult movie?" Like none of it made sense. Everybody was like, "Who's that fucking guy? What's his problem?" I was trying to say, let's be civilized adults.
Like if you're in a grocery store, okay, you're in a restaurant, okay. But do not, dude, that is just the rudest shit, dude. You know anything worse than that? Knowing that your kid can cry and annoy everyone in a movie theater. The other thing worse than bringing your baby to a movie theater just to piss everyone off for the inconvenience. Only worse than that. Bringing cigarettes to a cancer relay. Like, you dick.
But instead I went adult movie. Porn's on now. Cover your baby's eyes. The next thing, I see a white t-shirt pop up and I'm like, well, there's the dad. Some of you got it. And he looked around, he was like, who's talking shit? And I was like, I'm talking shit, bitch. I didn't say it, but he knew it was up. But then I went out the exit immediately because I'm not getting my ass kicked over the Lego movie, so I left.
Damn, dude.
This is how it feels to build websites the old-fashioned way. And this is how it feels to build websites with Duda, the website builder designed for professionals like you. Keep your brand in the spotlight with Duda's suite of white label tool.
You get a chance to go to Iowa. Go ahead and skip it. Here's the deal. I am from Nashville, Tennessee, so this is cool to be here. Okay, you're just gonna woo. That's fine. Just woo with every city name. That's okay. I love getting to travel. People are usually super nice. There's no judgment when you're from the South. We were in Wisconsin a couple of weeks ago. People in Wisconsin think they don't have an accent, and they think my accent is adorable. So he's like, your accent is precious. Where are you from? I said, I'm from Tennessee. She was like, do you date your sister? That's what she said. I was like, no, we broke up. All right. Too far, lady. I'm kidding, guys. We're still together. You make it work, okay? You stay in Tennessee, all right? Focus on the family. That's what we say. I like that no matter where you're from, I've noticed this, no matter where you're from, there's an area more backwards than you that you can point to. You notice that? It's like a coping skill. Tennessee, we need it, okay? We're near the bottom in education. We're like, yeah, we are bad, but what about those slack-jawed yokels in Alabama? Good grief. They're the worst. Alabama's like, yeah, but come on, Mississippi, they can barely read. Mississippi's like, yeah, but Paraguay. So I love getting to travel. It's my favorite part. I was just in Iowa for the first time a couple months ago. Have anyone ever been to Iowa? You ever been? Guys, if you get a chance to go to Iowa, go ahead and skip it. Here's the deal. Save you a trip. I'm only judging it by the weirdest thing I saw. There was on a tour bus with another comedian. We're driving along. Just corn everywhere. Then we see a funeral home. The funeral home sign said this: now offering double-decker grave plots. I was like, you pull this bus over right now. I got questions. We get out, the guy was digging the hole. I go, perfect, I'll ask you, what do you mean double decker? He goes, well, we go 10 feet down instead of just 6, we go 10. You know, we put the first person in, you know, we put 4 feet of dirt, and then I guess they wait. And I want to be there when that second person goes in. You know, so I can be like, king me. You know what I'm saying? I just need, you can move freely after that. That's your best move. Why stop at 10 feet, go 20 feet down, put your whole family. Just play Connect 4. Do whatever you like. It's Iowa. I told that joke in a little Baptist church last week. It did not go well. This lady came down to the front after the show. I would never have a double-decker grave plot, sir. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. She's like, I'm not offended, but my husband's not saved. You know? So if I die first, and they put him on top, and the dead in Christ try to rise, he's blocking me. And look, that's just science, y'all. That's something about me. This year I've lost about 50 pounds. I'm pretty proud of that. 50 pounds this year.
Yeah, good for you.
Working on it. Still wearing dark colors and untucking. This is phase 2. I did the low carb diet. Anybody ever do the low carb thing? Is that a thing? You're keto? It's a lot of cheese and butter and meat. You can lose weight. It's amazing. It's like you just stay away from the carbs and the bread and the starches and the happiness, all of that. And then you can lose weight. It sounds like Disneyland for fat people. That first week, they're explaining it to you. You're like, I can have a 6-egg omelet with bacon, fried in an inch of hog lard, and lose weight. Sign me up, Slim. Hallelujah. Let's go. That's week 1. I'm in week 12, y'all. Week 12's different. Because I've lost some weight. And also, I want to murder my family. Turns out carbohydrates is what's holding civilization together. In case you're wondering what was doing it. That's right. This whole North Korea thing could be solved with a crescent roll. I'm telling you guys, Kim Jong-un just needs some pancakes. He's hangry. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. I am, one thing about losing the weight, my snoring's gotten a lot better. My wife's happy about that. My snoring was getting so bad. I woke up one day a few months ago. My wife was in the next room. I was like, are we that couple now? She's like, I can't, it's too loud. I was like, do I have the apnea? People are dying from that sleep apnea. I go, do I have that? She goes, I don't know what that is. I said, do I stop breathing in the middle of the night? She said, no, I wish. That's hateful. Snoring's bad, though. Even worse than the snoring, though, y'all, I have what's called night terrors. Does anybody know what night terrors is? Anybody have that? That's not cool. I'm like seeing stuff in the room. You know?
Attention, parents of children who developed necrotizing enterocolitis. If your child...
What do you think? Oh, God, you scared me. I forgot you were in the car. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, don't wave your hand or something. Like, she never shuts her brain off, man. She's always like buzzing. She has a hard time falling asleep, you know, but she's always buzzing. And if I ask her something, it's like I get this would be a myriad of answers. And then, me, it's like I can actually kind of shut my brain down, And so there's times when Kathy and I will be like, in the car driving, like, we're going somewhere, out to eat or maybe driving to a show. And, and I'm just kind of shut down. I'm just kind of, doing the drive. And all of a sudden, something hits her, and she just turns and goes, honey, what are you thinking? And how many of you guys know the answer? Shout it out to me. What are you thinking? Nothing. You think we're lying. I swear we're not lying. We can actually think of nothing. It's God's gift. It's called testosterone poisoning. Did you know that the chemical wash of testosterone actually kills some brain cells? It's true. And I was like, what do you think? Oh, God, you scared me. I forgot you were in the car. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, don't wave your hand or something. Golly. Oh. But we've been married for 31. October the 14th will be our 31st wedding anniversary, and it's really kind of fun. Yeah, and yeah, thank you. She's right up there. She's right there.
Ozzy and Sharon's wedding anniversary was yesterday. Sweet. So happy wedding anniversary to Ozzy Osbourne and his wife. Yes.
I like that we're different. You know, in our culture now, I don't know what's going on, but everybody's trying to homogenize us into thinking the same way and being the same way and having the same thought. And that's boring. Look, I know that there's conflict when we disagree, but it's also kind of fun, man. I mean, really, because you want some difference in your life, and the fact that we are different is wonderful. And I think that the biggest thing when it comes to marriage, I think the biggest defining point is when it comes to being intimate. Like men, we have a thing for intimate, which is chicka chicka bow wow, right? And women, it's conversation. Let's talk. And then what? Right? And so I do a lot of premarital counseling. I started working with couples and everything, and they would come in stupid, absolutely stupid, because they were in love. And they would say things like, oh, Steve, we're so in love. We have everything in common. We're just alike. We like the same things. We finish each other's sentences. We're just alike. Well, then one of you is unnecessary. Kind of like borderline their narcissist of marrying yourself, right? Because these young couples, they have no...
Yeah. Depends on who you ask. Yeah, they're good sunflower seeds. They're not a sponsor. What up, Papa Johnston? My 4th of July was pretty good. And Sob Cove is a grumpy cove. What does that even mean? None to review. They're just roasted and salty, all natural sunflower seeds from Market Pantry. And none to review. They taste just like salty sunflower seeds. Yeah, some more of the fact that I'm going bald and I don't care. Odd Podge, not a whole lot. Doing pretty good. No, I said no, my 4th of July was good. I'm doing good. Yeah, some full protection for your puppy Lucy. She wants his surgery tomorrow. Hope you all have a fantastic Monday.